Hey guys, welcome back. It's me, Sahil Mahajan. So in today's video, we're gonna be having a demo related to the EC2. So in the previous video, we had an overview related to EC2, what EC2 is. So today we're going to deploy an EC2 instance on the cloud platform. So let's dive right into the video. So you guys are gonna head over to the console, that is the AWS console, and do login. Again, you can be in any region you wish to be. I am in US East 1. So we're gonna go ahead and head to the EC2 page. You can head over to the search bar and you can type in EC2. It pops up over right here. Let's go to the EC2 dashboard. And now this is your EC2 dashboard where you will be able to view the various different options. So we basically want to create an instance that is a virtual machine. So we'll go ahead and click on the option that says instances running. And we do not have any running instances right now. So we're going to go to the top right and click on launch instance. And here we go. Now this is the page where we are basically going to launch an instance. So let's go ahead and first give a name to this specified instance. Let's say my test instance. Instance. Awesome. Now we're going to come down to the section that says application and OS images, which is AMI. AMI relates to Amazon Machine Image. So first we're going to choose what is the operating system that we want to use. As you can see, there are a lot of operating systems you can choose from. I'm just going to stick to the basic that is Amazon Linux, and I'm going to stick to this specific AMI that is Amazon Linux 2023 AMI. And the reason being for that is because it is eligible for free tier. When you scroll a bit down, you can choose the architecture type you want. You want a 86 or ARM. Again, I'm going to stick with 86, and we're going to leave everything else as default. Coming down to the instance type, this is basically wherein you choose how much compute power do you want this specified instance to have. So for example, over here, it has automatically chosen the free tier eligible one that is T2 Micro, wherein you get one virtual CPU and one GB RAM. And you can also see your pricing according to the different operating systems that you have chosen. Now, for example, if you guys want something a bit more, for example, you need 2 GB RAM. So you can look over here, you have T2 small where you get one vCPU and you get 2 GB RAM. In the scenario that maybe you want something even larger than that, you can go to maybe C5a.8X large, wherein you're getting a 32 vCPU and a 64 GB memory or RAM. So we're going to stick to the T2 micro. Again, as this is free tier eligible, you guys can go with that too. Next, we're coming on to is the key pair, which is basically how are you going to connect with your EC2 instance. So I'm going to go over here and I am going to basically create a key pair. So I'm going to say create new key pair. I'm going to give my test key pair. Awesome. Now you want to choose an RSA type or an ED25519. I'm going to choose RSA. And now you have two options over here. Do you want to connect to your virtual machine through OpenSSH or do you want to connect through PuTTY? Again, I normally prefer to connect to my virtual machines through PuTTY, so I'm going to choose a .ppk. But again, if you guys want to do it with OpenSSH, you can do that. I am going to go ahead and click on create key pair. As you can see, um, the key pair has been downloaded. Um, that is basically what you'll be using to connect to your instance once deployed. Now we're going to come over the network settings. In the network settings, we have the various options. It is basically going to create a VPC for you, which is basically a virtual private cloud, wherein you can say it's a firewall basically. So you have security groups, which is basically a virtual firewall wherein you have allow and deny permission set across. So we're going to say we want to create a security group and we want to allow SSH traffic because we would like to connect to our instance through SSH. And we are setting that to anywhere. That is, any specified IP address can connect to this instance. If you want to allow HTTPS traffic, you can set that up. Again, I'm not going to touch into that because we would only want to connect through SSH. And then we have our configure storage. This is basically a hard drive that is connected to your virtual machine. Again, I am going to stick to the default versions over here, but you can change these values according to your requirements. And you may see, what is this GP3? GP3, this basically means general purpose version 3. There are a lot of different versions that are available, but we are just going with the default values that are there. So it will basically attach a hard drive or an SSD worth 8 gigabytes to your virtual machine. Coming down to advanced details, we will not be touching any of these advanced details for this video, as we are just creating a very basic virtual machine. So on the right hand side, you can see that there's a section that says number of instances. For example, if you want to deploy 3 instances, you can just go ahead and change that to 3. But for again this use case, we're just creating one virtual machine, and it gives you a summary related to your settings and configurations that you have set up. Again, we are ready to go, so I'm going to go ahead and click on launch instance. So it says please wait, do not close this browser tab, and there you go, our instance has successfully been launched. Let's head back to the instance tab, and we can see that we have our instance, that is my test instance, available. You can see that the state is currently pending. If I refresh, they are still deploying that specified instance. So the instance, this basically gives you an overview related to your instance. You can see your instance ID, and there you go. The instance state is now running, and you can look at your the availability zone that it is deployed into, and all other details. Awesome. So we're going to click onto our instance. And this is basically our instance page. So I will give you guys a quick run through related to this page. You can view your instance ID, your host name type, so basically whenever you create an EC2 instance, it will auto assign an IP address to your EC2 instance, a public IP address. There are ways wherein you can get a static IP address attached to it, which we will be also looking into it. You can view the various different configurations, what's your VPC, what's your subnet, what's your private, and all good stuff. Again, this gives you way more information related to your specified instance. If you head over to the status and alarm, you can basically set a few alarms using CloudWatch, which is a monitoring or metric log storage service provided by AWS. You can come over to monitoring, and you can look into your monitoring. Basically, if you're running any process, what's the CPU utilization, how many, what's your incoming and outgoing network, and all those things. You can also look into your security related to your what we say EC2 instance. You can look into networking. This will basically show you everything related to your networking. Storage, this was the SSD I told you guys, the hard drive that will be attached to your EC2 instance. As we can see, it has been attached to our EC2 instance with a volume of 8. And finally, if there are any tags, again, we did not specify any tags. So this is basically how you guys can create an EC2 instance using the AWS console. And in the further video, in the next video, we will be looking into how can you connect to the specified instance and what all actions can you perform. So real quickly, I'm going to head back, and I will go ahead and delete this specified instance. We can select the instance. So I'm going to real quick go ahead and select the specified instance and head over to instance state, and we're going to click on terminate instance. We would like to terminate this instance. Again, I would recommend you guys to always terminate your instances whenever you are done using, just to be safe, and make sure that no additional costs come up to your AWS account. So I hope you guys did like this video, and you did get an overview related to what are the different options and configurations you can set while you are creating an EC2 instance, and a bit overview related to the same. So I hope you guys did like this video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, do subscribe, do comment if there are any other topics that you guys would like me to cover. I hope you guys have a great day ahead. See ya, take care, bye bye.